also say I believe like a lot of really good players, he's a lot more than just a running back, and I think he's a perfect player for the way Kyle and our offensive staff does things. I think he brings a lot more than just running back skills. He's an incredibly accomplished receiver. He's got tremendous feel. He can play with speed. He can play with power. He can play with quickness. He can do it all, and we've seen that firsthand playing against him. You've seen it right up to the last game he played. He's an excellent football player. There's no denying that, and we like adding guys like that to the mix.
To see him on Sunday?
That I just got, brought him in here, got his cleats, got his helmet. I just got off a plane, passed a physical. It's a tall order, right? And we're going to do what's right by Christian, what's right by our team. I do think that's a tall order, but, we'll see how much we can accelerate this. He's asking to. Like he said, you guys will talk to him later. Like, this is just a road game. I've practiced twice this week. I got on a plane. I came out here. I'll leave that to the coaches and whatnot to get Christian up to speed. But, I do think it's a tall order, and we sure love to have him, but it's a lot to ask. So we'll make a very thought-out decision on that as well. Go ahead.
What factors will go into that decision?
Well, I think that will be a coaching decision. We do a lot before the ball's even snapped, so I think there's a lot of layers to that. But a lot of different factors. But I think first and foremost, physically, are you in position? He's scrambling out there to want to get into practice, and you take him to the side. You say, let's make sure we warm up, and let's take this thing step by step. And but every game is so important. So you battle all these things, and you just got to let the right people weigh in and make a good decision for Christian's best interest and for ours as a team.
John, I think part of this, he just can't go to the Rams. Just can't let him go to the Rams.
I'm glad he's not there. And that's always an interesting question, because I always say, hey guys, it's about us. That's how I was raised. That's the way Tony Dungy talked. It's about us. If you're so focused on your opponents, you're not going to do very well. But I also know the fastest way to success in our league's winning your division. And so in part, it seems like a lot of these situations end up where it's us against them in these things. And I'm sure glad he's here and not there. Yeah, I wish I was trying to, because I know their propensity to come in late and go big, and so I was trying to get it done before, but that wasn't going to happen. Scott Fitter was tremendous to work with. I think their owner was never on the phone with me, but very involved, and I don't think he much cared how we valued things. I think he's a numbers guy who sees things a certain way, and so we had to be patient, wait it through, and ultimately weigh it at the end of the day if it was a good decision for us, and ultimately we felt it was.
About how much he liked Christian in 2017. Looking back, how close were you guys to doing this at that time?
Oh gosh, there's so many different dynamics. Do you take them there? Do you move back and maybe take them? And ultimately we made the decision we made, but we were joking with him today that we just had to get things right before we brought him in here. So it took 6 years to do that and get everything nice and primed for him. And we got him here, and that's a good thing. It is weird, the connections. I mean, I remember vividly throwing balls to Eddie, when I was a quarterback and he was a receiver at Stanford. I remember, being at parties, fraternity parties with Lisa and Ed when they first started dating and things like that. So it goes back, and obviously the Shanahan's dynamics, but this is much bigger than that. I keep saying it, but it is the respect I have for him, having seen our teams play against him and seeing him he's a fabulous football player in every respect. And I think he brings a mindset that we like too. I think he's a fit in every way. The type of mindset, you talk to people who've played with him, who've coached him, there's an accountability that he brings, like the great players do, that has an effect that it's a force multiplier. It makes everyone around him better, and so we're going to take it as it comes. We're not going to force anything, but all of those things went into us making this decision to try to land him.
switch or any change in just the philosophy on how you view running backs? Because it seems like you've had success with undrafted guys, and here in the last 2 years, third-round draft picks invested in running backs, and now this move.
Yeah, we've taken our swings at them, because we feel it's really important to the way we play, and Kyle often says, at the end of last year with Elijah and Debo, we had a Pro Bowl, all-pro type running game, and we're encouraged by some of the younger guys. Jeff Wilson's a heck of a back, as we're seeing, he's getting his opportunity, he's shining. So we like our group. That is a tough position, and we like using them all in a variety of ways. So we just like continuing to add to that dynamic, and I do feel like this guy has an ability to do kind of all of the above, and so not just a running back, we can use him. He and Debo to me are very similar players, and so I'm excited to see what we draw up. But first, we got a lot to focus on with the Chiefs, and so we just got to take this thing step by step. But can't tell you how excited, and the locker room. I think it gave that. I really believe it gave the locker room a jolt when he walked in there today. It was fun to see that dynamic as well.
A lot of rising salary cap. I mean, guys whose cap hits are going to go up quite a bit. I assume you want to keep those with the extension.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
This salary. I mean, do you see right now, as currently constructed, the path forward? Will there have to be some financial gymnastics to make it work?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously those things go into it. There's flexibility, there's options, and you take all those things into account. I think we have a plan now. When you add something like this, you can't just keep doing this over and over and over again. But we feel like we can make it work, and we'll go down that. We'll obviously have put a lot of thought into it, but there's going to be some inflection points where we have to figure some things out, and we will. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. He is on the field right now. Yeah. All right. Thank you.